I am ranked number one. One! That means I'm the best.
Jamie McDonnell, a British bantamweight, who got his IBF belt taken away just the other year, unfairly. He was trying to tie up the negotiations for a title defense. He was sidelined due to injury. They took his belt away. That was the same year when the WBC seemed to give Vitaly Klitschko about 2 years to make a decision on what he was doing, and Klitschko retired. You know, just shows you the differing standards from the sanctioning bodies, and it's just crazy. But you know, Jamie was supposedly supposed to take part in a unification bout in Texas on May the 9th against Tomoki Kameda, who I've never seen before. Because Jamie is currently the WBA champion and Kameda is the WBO champion. Apparently he's a big puncher. For some reason, Kameda's belt will not be on the line now, so Jamie will just be defending his WBA belt. The real quizzical angle on this story is that his trainer, David Hulley, has waited until the 11th hour, which I don't know what to make of that, whoever wrote the article. The 11th hour from when? To reveal that he would not be able to make the trip because he has a severe fear of flying. I mean, why didn't he let them know from the rip? Maybe he was trying to get over the fear, trying to conquer the fear, and he just thought he'd hold off on divulging that information. But instead, McDonnell's manager, Dave Coldwell, who is not foreign to taking charge of corners. I've seen Coldwell in many corners, you know. So he'll be taking charge of the corner duties instead, you know. And it is what it is. He'll just get on with it, will Jamie, and Coldwell will take up the slack, and they'll make the best of what they have, and that's all they can do. Bryant Jennings takes on Vladimir Klitschko for Vlad's free belts, IBF, WBA, WBO belts, and whatever other bogus belts, which I won't talk about. The heavyweight championship, folks. The heavyweight championship. No one's talking about it. The heavyweight championship in New York, Madison Square Garden, folks. Jennings is a big underdog. Klitschko said he will be hoping to have more of a contest than what Pulev put up in his last defense. Klitschko said the US fight fans were eager to see him in action again, so his hand was forced by demand to step back in America and ply his trade. Apparently the ticket sales are very good, and I tell you what, man, the last performance against Pulev was great PR for Vladimir. Great PR. I think a lot of people are looking at him in a different light. Now, he used to be more aggressive pre-Manny Stewart. He used to be way more aggressive, but the leaping left hook and then the coordination when he was bouncing on his toes at times, okay, I was like, wow. that was impressive. That was highly impressive. And I saw him with Jonathan Banks training, and he was practicing that hook again. You better keep that right hand up, Jennings, right? Because if that hits you, it's just not a good look for you. It ain't a good look. I don't care who you are. If that hits you, it's just not a great look for you. Not a great look at all. So there you go. And I had some people coming on my channel saying, oh, you must not know a lot about boxing. He's always through the left hook. Yes, I know he's always through the left hook, but he never leaped in with it. And I've been watching him for ages, since the Monty Barrett fight. Probably before you was watching boxing. And what people don't realize, Klitschko has had no need to come to America. Klitschko fights in soccer stadiums in Germany with 60,000 plus people. But I think boxing is going through a resurgence. Wilder winning the heavyweight title in America hasn't done no harm to the recent interest in the sport. If there's a healthy heavyweight division, it reflects in a positive light on the rest of the sport. That's how it's always been. Yeah. Klitschko says he hopes Jennings doesn't move as much and comes to fight the same way as Pulev did. Well, I'm sorry, Klitschko. I don't want to see Jennings do that. Yeah, I mean, if he just comes in like Pulev did, it's not going to be a good fight. And when I say it's not going to be a good fight, he has no chance of winning if he does that. It might be exciting if he does that, but only because somebody's getting knocked out, and in all probabilities, if he is reckless, it will probably be him. You know, he has to use some guile. But he has to, people have to look at the smaller heavyweights have to look at David Haye's footwork template, not his offensive template with his hands, because he didn't do shit. But David Haye didn't take any chances. Like, when he was making Klitschko overextend with the jab and the right hand, with the foot speed, what he then had to be doing is changing direction with his footwork, kind of like Lamont Peterson, and then attacking my guy, attacking him. He had to be attacking him. He had to get inside, and he had to rough my guy up. And look, Jennings will have to take risks. There's just no doubt about it. He will have to take risks, and he'll have to try and figure a way to use the 3-inch reach advantage that he has. How Jennings, who's about 6'2", or 6'3" the most, has an 84-inch reach, I don't know. I don't know how he's managed to acquire such a reach. Just up until last year, Jennings was working as a maintenance man at the Federal Reserve Bank in Philadelphia. I remember he's looking after his son as well, so it's a big opportunity. He only put a pair of boxing gloves on for the first time 6 years ago, Jennings. Very inexperienced. Vladimir was a world champion 6 years ago. Vladimir was an experienced world champion 6 years ago. He was fighting in unification bouts against Shagayev 6 years ago. He's been a champion for 15 years. He was a WBO champion from 2000. It's a long time. Jennings is plotting to become the second Philadelphia-born heavyweight to win the title. So, can you guys guess in the comment section who he will be succeeding from Philadelphia if that's the case? I expect you to all get it, and don't look at other people's answer. Can't see nothing but a Klitschko win though. I just can't. Mickey Vann, a British referee, he believes James Ali Bashir's charge Alexander Usyk could be a potential rival to Anthony Joshua, maybe in the next few years. Usyk is a former world and European amateur champion who actually beat Artur Beterbiev as an amateur. It's on YouTube. Usyk fought last week for the WBO, I should say, International Cruiserweight title against Andrei Kanyazev. And I only saw the last round, that's all they had. It was a last round stoppage, I believe, or a late round stoppage. And I thought he looked a little heavy. I thought Usyk looked a little heavy. He didn't look as ripped as normal. I will quiz James Ali Bashir about that next time I speak to him. Usyk has good footwork and fast hands. Maybe not the biggest puncher, but he is getting rid of a lot of his opponents in the late rounds. So we'll see how he, as a work in progress, maneuvers through the pro ranks. Kevin Johnson awaits Anthony Joshua, and I'm looking forward to that.
So am I worried? Absolutely not.
Andre Ward attempts to get back in the groove in Oakland on June the 20th. He'll be squaring up to Paul Smith from the UK, who's had a pair of fights in recent months against Arthur Abrahams, the WBO super middleweight champion. The first fight, I thought Paul Smith won it in Germany. The rematch, he didn't show up, and Abrahams won easy on points. Smith says he's looking forward to the challenge. He's confident, he's fresh, blah, blah, blah. We haven't seen Ward in at least a year and a half now in a ring. And that was a wide decision over Edwin Rodriguez. Ward said he's excited to be coming back on June the 20th at the Oracle Arena, his hometown of Oakland. It's a long time coming. I'm equally excited to fight on BET, Black Entertainment. A potential viewership of 90 million homes. Okay. So that's what Jay-Z's dealing with. Yeah, the Rock Nation are in the building, showcasing Andre Ward. They're in the building. Ward said that Smith will be looking to pull off an upset, and he says he's extremely tough, but he can't let Smith upset the apple cart, and he says he'll have to be at his best to beat Smith the way he wants to beat him. As always, he's ready to put on a tremendous performance. And those watching on BET, this is a fight you don't want to miss. I wouldn't exactly say that, Andre. I wouldn't say it's a fight that people don't want to miss. A lot of people have chastised the opponent. The fight will be streamed globally on Tidal.com at 10 o'clock p.m. and is presented in association with Matchroom Sport. Yeah, UK. Okay. A lot of people have chastised Smith as an opponent, but he's been out for so long, a year and a half. A warm-up in his hometown is not unreasonable. He had the long dispute with Dan Goosen, who passed away. And it's just good to see him back in the ring, man. People can't cry down the match too much. We just wanted to see him back in the ring. You know, I'm sure after Smith, he'll be looking to raise his ambition levels in terms of opponents. But we'll see how he looks. It's a good opportunity to see what kind of shape he's in, what kind of ambition he has left. Smith has been stopped previously by James DeGale, and I think George Groves took him out in a round from what I remember. I don't know. Since the two British super middleweights stopped him, and Smith is conceding any hometown advantages, we should be expecting Ward to get a stoppage here, surely. Surely he should be looking towards a stoppage. I mean, an uninspiring points victory, what's that going to really tell us? I don't know. Obviously, getting the W is job one, but I'm sure he'll want to impress. And a stoppage is not an unrealistic, or should I say unreasonable, expectation from those watching live in the arena or on BET, unless they're fans of Paul Smith, of course. Oscar De La Hoya says Kenny Bayless, the referee appointed for the May 2nd Floyd Mayweather Jr. Manny Pacquiao clash, has a history of protecting Floyd, and Manny will be up against two people in the ring as opposed to just his opponent, and I'd expect that from Oscar. Daniel Jacobs defends his WBA interim belt against Caleb Truax. I'm not going to say no more on that. And Anthony Dirrell takes on Badou Jack, who isn't actually that bad a fighter. He's not that bad, but he's not that good either. It's not bad. And Jack got derailed big time when he was stopped in one round. He got derailed big time. He got derailed, and he might get derailed on Saturday. Yeah, he got derailed in one round, and he might get derailed good and proper, because Anthony Dirrell is a decent fighter, so we'll see how that goes. It's not the best bill. Let's face it, it really isn't. But then again, it's free boxing. PBC champions. That's the thing people ain't getting. It's free boxing, yeah? It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not the worst. The Al Heyman experience marches on. PBC, ladies and gentlemen, PBC. Can't see no upsets in the two matches, though. I really can't.
It's like a tap dance, running around, shaking ass, slapping hands. That shit ain't happenstance. I just happen to notice it, happen to understand what exactly the motive is. It take a lot of knowledge to devour our nemesis. If you don't understand all the power of images, you probably think it's innocent and nothing is planned out. You probably think the demand for consciousness ran out. The song that you used to hate now is your favorite, cause what you surround yourself with is contagious. The way they carry themselves on TV amazes. You can see an artist as he go through them stages. I just refuse to embrace it. The cells always jump when they be catching them cases. Why they promote being wasted? That lifestyle the kids wanna taste it. Who I'm talking to? Never let them see you sweat, better yet, never let them see you lose your respect for a check. What you expect? He grew up in the jets, it ain't that bad. He ain't selling drugs or shooting no tech. That's my point, he ain't hustling or hoisting no gun. Why promote that lifestyle just to poison the young? I don't get it, and as long as I spit it, I'll be a critic against it. It's like a war waged against the defenseless, the senseless. Killers that be filling our headlines. They don't never talk about the state and the fair time. Say what they wanna hear, they make you a headline. 3 album deal, but you racing the deadline. And they reject all your real shit, but they writing checks, so it's something you deal with. Now you on the stage with some tights and some high heels, talking about how you keep it real. For real?